You know you're not supposed to be in here.
Shut up and pour her some whiskey.
Get one.
Another.
I told you, you only get one.
I said pour me another!
Please. We don't want any problems.
Well, you're fixing to get some.
I think it's time for y'all to leave.
All right, it's over! Put your guns on the ground, slide them over. Sorry, sweetheart.
To whom it may concern. Yesterday started out like every other day. We got up early to feed the horses, clean the stables, brush the animals, etc. You see, life on a ranch requires your attention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is my grandfather's ranch. On top of caring for the animals, we offer horseback rides to our guests. We like to give them a full Western experience. Once their ride is done, they come into the saloon for an Old West cookout. We surprise everyone during dinner with a staged gunfight. This was originally my grandfather's idea to try and draw in more customers. A few years back, this worked well. We had crowds of 40 or 50 people. With the economy the way it is, our crowds have gotten smaller. We understand that some people are worse off than we are. It's nice to be able to provide an escape for those people. After finishing the show yesterday evening, the small group went crazy. This doesn't really surprise me since we did put on a good show. During the show, my grandfather plays the helpless bartender, my boyfriend plays the bad guy, and I play the hero. We have this really cool stunt at the end where I place the gun on my foot, I kick it in the air, catch it, and then fire. People always ask me if I ever messed that part up, but I'm pretty handy with a gun. My grandfather taught me how to shoot and got me into competitions ever since I was a little girl. After we all took a bow, we began to wrap things up for the night. The crowd thanked us and they headed home. The rest of us went across the street to change and headed back to the saloon for celebration. It was my 23rd birthday. Little did I know this would be the worst birthday I've ever had. As we sat around the fire talking about last night's show, my grandfather surprised me with a cake. It was my favorite. Chocolate with white frosting and pink lettering. I made a wish and blew out the candles. It was nice to share this with my friends and family. I really am going to miss moments like these. Everyone gathered around a fire, enjoying each other's company. It sounds so simple, but I love it. Mark took the cake as my grandfather went across the street to get something. He'd been acting a bit funny all day, making sure I stayed out of certain areas of the prop room. I knew he got me a gift and I wouldn't want to spoil his surprise. I joked with him all day, saying I was going in there to get stuff. I was just giving him a hard time. He never had a lot of money, but he always wanted to get me something. He made sure I always felt special. You see, my grandfather raised me. My mom died when I was 2, and I don't have any vivid memories of her, only photographs. As a matter of fact, there's a nice photo of her and I hanging in the prop room. Anyway, whenever I asked about my father, my grandpa would just change the subject. I guess some people in this world aren't even worth talking about. Mark returned, gave me a kiss, and handed me a slice of cake. Mark and I have been dating for over 4 years now, but I've known him my entire life. We grew up together. His house was just down the road from ours. His parents moved away many years ago, but he came back for me. That's the type of person he is. He's a strong, loving man who would do anything for me. He is the most selfless person I've ever met, and I love him with all of my heart. When my grandfather returned, he had the gift in his hands. It was wrapped in blue paper with a pink ribbon. I was so excited I removed the ribbon and began to rip the paper as everyone looked on. I opened the box and couldn't believe my eyes. He got me 2 customized Colt 45s, all chrome, and the grips were painted pink. This was the greatest gift I had ever gotten. They meant a lot to me, but later you will learn that this gift was more important than I could have ever imagined. Everyone wanted me to model the guns for them. As I walked across the street to get my gun belt, I could have never anticipated what was about to happen. How this day was suddenly going to change. I hope the information above gives you enough background on who I am as a person. You may find it useful as you read on. Below are the details of what happened last night. Please keep in mind that this is not a confession. A confession would imply that I did something wrong, and I can assure you that I didn't. This is an explanation.
can't stop the bleeding.
Put pressure on him.
We gotta get him to a hospital.
We're not going to a fucking hospital.
I don't want to die, man.
You are not going to die, all right? We're gonna get you some help. Just hold on.
You told me no one was going to be there.
I didn't know, all right? I'm sorry.
It's me. Yeah, we're ready for it. Stop. Okay. Got it. Yeah, we'll stop. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Some sort of western town about 20 miles east of where we're supposed to meet the other team. You know of it. Appears fairly quiet. There's a few people in the local bar. No, I don't think anybody's seen us. Yeah, you're right. I'll take care of it. You guys.
There they were, helpless. I don't know if they ever saw it coming. These men drew their guns, walked into the saloon, and began yelling orders at everyone.
Hands up! Let's go! Move, people! Get the fuck off!
Okay, everyone. Grab a seat on the floor.
Don't say a fucking word.
I needed to get across the street to look inside. I wanted to know what was happening. I needed to know that my family was going to be okay. When I got to the window, I could see that everyone was on their knees. Everyone except for my grandfather. He knew I was somewhere outside. My grandfather started to address the man in charge.
Look, we don't want any problems. Why don't you just leave?
Well, now, we can't do that.
I said, get the fuck out of here.
Things began to escalate. The man in charge shot him in the leg, taking him down to his knees. I ducked behind the window, but only for a few seconds. I was searching for ideas on how I could help. I needed to do something. Anything to get the attention away from everyone inside, and to get it on myself. All my thoughts were scattered. I was scared and came up empty. When I looked back through the window, my grandfather's eyes met mine.
See what happens when you don't listen? When people don't listen, they get shot. Now I'm gonna have to make an example out of you. I want everyone to pay attention. This is what happens when you don't listen.
Not a moment goes by where I don't think about this. I always wonder if there's something I could have done. Something I should have done. I mean, I just sat there frozen in fear. I just looked deep into my grandfather's eyes as his life was taken from him. But what could I have done? There were 7 men, and I had 2 guns with no bullets. I was helpless. At least I think I was. Could I have done something? I continue to ask myself this as I replay this event in my head. After his death, I sat below the window crying. I remained there for some time. I didn't really have a plan for what I should do next. As I stated, I was just sort of in shock. I couldn't believe that this was happening to me. It all felt so surreal. As I sat grieving under that windowsill, things took another turn. I was forced to make a quick decision, one that meant life or death. Was I going to give up and let them end my suffering there, at that moment? Or was I going to run, to keep hope alive for the others that I was still out there and I would find them help? A man from inside began to walk toward the window.
Oh shit, there's a girl!
Your ass better go out there and find her.
You boys, come with me.
Get these people out of my sight. Put them somewhere, tie them up. If anyone tries anything, kill them. Yes, sir. Everything's under control. No, we had to keep a few hostages for insurance. Well, there's this girl. No, she ran off, but John... Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go check out the barn. We'll cover the house. Cut the phone.
The barn's clear.
Good. That means she's got to be in the house.
Hey, John, she's not downstairs.
Keep looking. She's here.
Once it was safe, I made my way into the kitchen. I was going to call the authorities before taking matters into my own hands. I picked up the phone. It was dead. They must have cut the line. It was now up to me. There was no way around it. I needed to stop these men and rescue everyone. I drew my guns at the bottom of the stairs and began walking up. I crept slowly, trying not to make any noise. Closer and closer I came to the top of the stairs. With each step, I could feel my nerves increase as the situation was becoming more and more real. I could hear these men searching for me. They were in my bedroom. As I reached the top of the stairs, I knew there was no turning back. I had to continue on. I settled my nerves as best I could and made my way down the hallway. I could still hear the men in my bedroom searching. With my guns at the ready, I was prepared for what was about to happen. At least I thought I was.
Oh, those are cute.
You can put those away. Why don't you boys go downstairs so I can have some fun with the little princess?
I don't think that's a good idea. You heard what Chris said.
Chris ain't here now, is he? I'm in charge. And I said to go downstairs. Close the door.
They should have been back by now.
Maybe they can't find her.
She's here somewhere. Go check on the hostages.
Chance.
She's just one person.
Well, I'm not giving up on her. I need to get out of here. I'm trying to loosen these ropes. Won't get away with this.
Who's gonna stop us? Her? She's probably dead by now.
You don't know that.
You're right. I don't. I know John. And if he hasn't already, he's gonna beat the hell out of her. Then he's gonna fuck her. And as soon as she loses all her fight, he's gonna put a bullet in her. There. Between the eyes.
Motherfucker!
Why don't you take that gun belt off? Good girl. Now strip.
Shit. Where was I? He told me to close the door.
Why don't you take that gun belt off? Good girl. Now strip.
Oh, that's right. I started taking my shirt off one button at a time. I had no idea how I was going to get out of this.
Continue. Turn around.
What next?
Come over here.
I like a man in power. How about we lose that belt? Let me. See? That's better. Are you ready for what's next?
Yeah.
Good. So am I.
Maybe we should go check it out. Make sure everything's okay.
I'll go check it out. Where's John?
Laying down. We just finished up. Is it your turn next?
Oh, yeah.
Thought so.
You must be her little boyfriend. Tell her I said hello. I'll finish this when I get back. Y'all quit fucking around.
Where's the others?
She killed him.
John's dead? Where did she get a gun?
She's got a couple of 6-shooters. And I am so sorry, Christopher. But she is in a house to the west, all right?
You fucked up twice tonight! Do you see what happens when you fuck up? Let this be a lesson to you. When you fuck up, you die. John's dead because he fucked up. This asshole's dead because he also fucked up. You all have a job to do, and I expect that you don't fuck it up. Take me, for example. I have a job, and I haven't fucked it up. Therefore, I'm still alive. So, the moral of the story is...
Don't fuck up.
Exactly.
I knew the trunk was in my grandfather's closet. I remember when I was a little girl, I had tried getting into it several times, but it was always locked. My grandfather told me that there would be a time for me to know what was inside. He must have recently hid the key on my shelf, or perhaps I just overlooked it several times over the years. Either way, finding it was going to turn into a blessing. I went into my grandfather's room to get the chest.
Chris, there's something you should know.
Yeah, what's that?
When I checked in on the hostages, one of them was free.
What?
Just hear me out. I think it's the girl's boyfriend.
Tell Tom and Mike to go get her. She's in that house.
Elizabeth, I'm glad you found the key. I figured at some point you'd stumble upon it. The contents of this chest are items that belong to your mother, and now belong to you. I know you didn't have a chance to truly know her, but she loved you very much. She was a fighter, and would do anything to take care of you, even if it meant she had to do it alone. I want you to know that losing her almost killed me. You were the one that kept me going. For that, I can't thank you enough. You remind me of her more and more every day. The strength and courage you have will allow you to do anything you want in life. Someday, you're going to do great things. I just know it. I love you with all of my heart. Love, Grandpa.
Hello? No. She killed John.
The other team's coming here. Right? Yes, sir.
Hey! We got your boyfriend! If you wanted him to live, I suggest you give up. Look, we both know this ain't gonna end well if you don't cooperate.
When I heard his distant voice, I snapped back into the moment. I was so encapsulated by the items in the trunk and learning about my mother's past that I lost sight of what I still needed to do. However, without the trunk, I wouldn't be here today. I needed to go through that moment. I needed to learn that the pink guns were hers. I needed to know that she and I are one and the same. I don't know why, but wearing her coat and hat gave me more confidence. I felt indestructible. I was ready for whatever was going to happen next. I knew Mark was still out there. So were the others. I knew they needed me. I was their only hope. They knew it, and I knew it. It was time for me to move forward. I needed to get back to the ranch and save the rest of my family. I needed to get the revenge I so desperately wanted. I wanted to look him in the eyes as I pulled the trigger. I wanted to watch him fade as his existence comes to an end. I left the house, went past the barn, through the field and into the woods. Each landmark I passed just fueled my fire even more. I was only minutes away from getting back to Mark and getting my revenge. That is, until two men came through the woods searching for me. Luckily, they weren't very smart and I could hear them coming a mile away.
You ready?
Yeah.
As soon as she steps out, shoot her. Don't hesitate.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna shoot her in the stomach, make that bitch suffer.
She's gonna have a hard time suffering put two in that bitch's chest.
Well, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna just shoot her in the head. End it real quick.
Well, if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna shoot you. Then I can do whatever the hell I want.
You shoot me, I'll shoot you.
You shoot me, I'll fucking shoot you.
I'll shoot you, motherfucker.
I'll fucking shoot you!
Shh!
Did you hear that?
You little pussy. You're afraid of the dark.
Shut up, man. Let's just go.
I'm gonna ask you some questions. If you don't answer, I'm gonna hurt you. I will beat you within an inch of your life. Am I making myself clear? Now, where to begin? Who's the girl? There's no reason not to answer, son. This isn't getting anywhere, is it? Who's the girl? Fuck you! Who's the girl?
Please, don't kill me. I'll tell you anything.
Who's the man that killed my grandfather?
That's Christopher.
He's in charge.
His dad set up the job.
What is he gonna do with everyone?
Kill him.
That's what I thought.
You should have just answered the questions. Now look at you.
There was only a few men left to kill, or so I thought. I made it to the edge of the woods. I could see the ranch, but nobody was around. Everything was quiet. I thought perhaps they had left, but their cars were still there. For some reason, I was extremely calm. I wasn't bothered by the thoughts of killing these men like I was the others. I had no idea what they had planned, so I needed to get closer to assess the situation. I didn't even know if the others were alive or dead. At the time, it wouldn't have mattered. I knew what I needed to do. I knew there was only one way to end all of this. I left the woods and slowly made my way to the back of the saloon. Still, there was no threat. No indication that there was even trouble to be had. The sun was beginning to rise.
Are you ready to go?
Not yet.
You're just in time!
See what happens when you don't listen? When people don't listen, they get shot. Now I'm gonna have to make an example out of you.
I want everyone to pay attention. This is what happens when you don't listen. This isn't gonna end well for you.
ran to Mark. I was relieved to know that he was alive. I let him know that I was going after Christopher. He tried to stop me. He told me that Christopher was no longer a threat. Perhaps he was right. Maybe we should have just tied him up and went to the police so they could take care of it. However, I didn't see that as an option anymore. I was blinded. I had the gun, but I couldn't see him. I was helpless. I knew he would go for the knife and then come after me. He was the type of person that would capitalize on a situation like this. I could sense him plotting his next move. I wiped my eyes in a failed attempt to see. I swung the gun back and forth in desperation to at least scare him. I could feel him getting closer and closer, stalking me like an injured prey. There was nothing I could do. He continued on, taking his time, relishing the fact that he had me on the ropes. Closer and closer he came. I needed a miracle or I was dead. Closer, and then closer again. I didn't know when he would strike, but I knew he would. I thought I was going to die at that exact moment. Slowly, Christopher pressed on. And then came the miracle I was looking for. It was all over. I got the revenge I wanted. I was able to look into his eyes as his life faded from him. Everyone was safe. I stood and hugged Mark. After we took a moment just to hold each other, he told me that the others were across the street. I put his arm around my neck. We were going to go untie the others. As we began to walk out of the saloon, something unexpected happened. It was Christopher's dad. I looked back at Mark, but only for a moment. I decided to answer the phone. Below is the conversation we had.
Is it done?
Your son is dead. And I'm coming for you next.
Who is this?